we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more.
Oh. Well, good evening, y'all. It's beautiful outside. It's a solid, like 75 degrees. It's been gorgeous. It's starting to get warmer, which is great. It's good stuff, But it's starting to be that time where like all the things that want to hurt you start to wake up. So wanted to give some pigs some water, stepped in some ants. So got bit on my feet a little bit, was putting some feet up, went to go grab the door handle, and luckily I was watching where I was putting my hand, and there was a wasp. Now, I'm trying to do things in a more holistic way, right? I'm trying to do gardening and homesteading in a way in which, like, we work together in harmony with things. And I want to buy this book, and it's about wasps. Because wasps aren't necessarily a bad thing. There's good wasps. All wasps have a purpose, and I know you wonder like what are they? And I'm gonna get the book. I'm gonna find out what they are. But based on some of the stuff that I've already listened to, you know, you got your small wasps that lay the eggs on the hornworms and use them, things like that. Paper wasps that they'll go around, they eat a lot of other insects and stuff like that. And they do help pollinate when they're younger. But, man, do they hurt when you come across them and they don't want to be coming across you. But yeah, also, it's been a day because last night we spent the night, I went to work. Wade complained that he was a little snotty, and his throat was hurting a little bit before I went to work, and that's usual. Sometimes he's been outside playing and things. But then Chastity called me at work, and she was like, hey, she was upset. She was very frantic, and she said, Wade cannot breathe. And I was like, I'm on the way. So I came home. We took him to the ER. He's fine. He has croup, so it's just like his throat got a little swollen, but he's completely fine now. It's just whenever he went to sleep, it just scared him, so it was like he just, you know, you get nervous and you don't know what to do. So she got nervous, we got nervous. Wade didn't lose his personality one bit while we were on the way. He was kidding around with me and playing and stuff. It's just you just could hear it. He was just like having a hard time breathing. But his oxygen level stayed good and stuff. So it was just a very scary thing. We got home super late last night. So needless to say, today we've been resting. We went and got groceries, and then we all took a nap. I just got up from a nap, and I was like, it's too beautiful of a day not to be outside. So I went right around the corner from my place. There's a woman and her friend, they sell worm castings because it's time to amend the soil and the green stock, because there's some things I want to plant before it gets too hot. So this is them, Dirty Chicks worm castings. On the back of the card says 100% organic worm castings and organic fertilizer, compost, and the benefits of worms all in one product. Bulk or individual sales, and then so I'll link this in the description for if you're around here. I'm going to amend the green stock right here behind me. I went to the store to grab some feed for the animals, and they got me. They had some starts out there, and I was like, I want to grow some celery. You know, Chastity was talking about wanting to grow some celery, so They had some celery starts. I grabbed them. I'm gonna put some celery starts in here, and also there's a lettuce that I want to grow. I still have lettuce in here and the Brussels sprout, which are both doing great. But there's this other lettuce that it tastes amazing. And I know that sounds weird to say about lettuce, but it's called black seeded Simpson lettuce, and it tastes like butter. I mean, it's just so, I don't even know. You have to try it. Here's my celery. They got me. They got me. How do you walk by plants and not just want to grab them? Can't. I'm also gonna work on this bed. You can see it's like, I was hoping that all this grass from the hay was gonna die off, but it didn't. So I'm working on pulling it up and amending my little bed over here. My cabbages are doing okay. They're doing good. But I'm gonna work on throwing these worm castings in here. I'll show you what they look like. They look nice. Look at that. It's good stuff. Smells like the bait shop. I mean, it's basically the same thing that the worms are in when you buy them in the thing. But I'm just gonna take a handful of this and put it in each little potted area. I'm not gonna be planting the whole thing right now, but I pulled up a lot of the stuff that was in here. It's definitely got some big dips in it. It's settled down. So, got some, just a little piece of a carrot. While we got out, let's just go ahead and add some to our 5-gallon bucket. So just quick and simple worm casting amendment works great. She said that they grow the worms in like a controlled environment or a controlled area, not necessarily an environment, but that way they don't go and get like into dog poop or anything like that. So it's pretty good stuff, and it, like I said, it says it's organic. That bag, this bag right here, I think it was like 30-pound bag, was like $15. So it's not too bad, not too bad. And, so I'm gonna water the green stalk down, let it do its thing, water it down, and let it settle a bit, and then I can plant my celery. And then while I'm letting it kind of do a thing and settle, work on pulling up as much as this grass out of here I can, and then it's just the life of a gardener, man, right? Gotta get used to it. Get our hands dirty, get our hands in the soil, feel those marks, right? It's good stuff. Let's get dirty. Pretty good at using a water hose. I used to when I was a kid. I could make it feel like it was raining. It's a talent. Not many people can have that. So I just water that down. That way it'll settle. I did put some at the very top first before I even pressed record. That way it'll still settle on the inside, but on the outside, you saw me using my sick technique to make sure that all that stuff kind of settles down a little bit. Now, let's get to the dirty part. Let's get this grass out of here. Let's make it look better, because it's getting pretty outside. actually pretty disappointed when I put all this straw out here. You know, I did it as a cover, got weeds and things like that, and it like sprouted. I was pretty disappointed. I thought it was just gonna be like a little winter ride type of situation where it was gonna go, and it probably could still like die off, but even over, and of course I used the same straw that I used over in where my garlic is, and it did the same thing, sprouted up. I took leaves and put over there, and it didn't really, I didn't put enough leaves because I had already, my garlic had already started sprouting up. I didn't want to cover them up and risk losing them, so but now that I'm pulling all this up, I'm probably just gonna go get the wood chips, spread. When the kids dropped a carrot and it started, the thing started growing, so I just planted it. Let's see what happens. It's a root. Start growing roots. But like I said, I'm gonna probably use the wood chips, bring wood chips over here. All the broken down wood chips, that way it's not putting too much nitrogen into the soil, which I mean honestly, with everything that's over here, the nitrogen might actually help it. So soil's looking a lot better from when I first put it in here. It's getting a lot of the nutrients, and it's definitely becoming soil rather than dirt. A lot of organisms are using it. So found a couple worms so far. Did find some slugs, so gotta keep an eye out on that. I think it's just because of how moist it is underneath the green stalk. But see, that's definitely what you want to find. It's not being still. Nice worm, good sized worm. This is a fishing worm. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I want him to live in my garden, but nice, healthy, big thing. Enjoy. I'm the worst with clothes. Like I try to get new clothes, and like when I'm not doing things like working, I try to have like decent clothes where I can look presentable when taking my wife out on the town. This is a new shirt. Just got it this past weekend, and now it's dirty. That's okay, right? So in my pants. Supposed to have work clothes, right? Some that are willing to get dirty. I just get in the habit. I get in the mood. I'm like, I just want to go outside. I don't want to change. I think that's more clothes to wash, right? It's ridiculous. Uh-oh. Y'all want to see Wade? Come here, bub. They want to see you. They want to know how you're feeling. Come here. Oh, how you feeling?
I don't know.
But you feeling better than last night? Don't spray the camera. I'm sure everybody's worried about you. Okay? I'm glad you're feeling better. Love you, dude. Alright, so I just spread a good bit of the worm castings in the bed itself to help mend a little bit in there also, and I got a small amount left in the bag. I'm going to take over to my wicking beds, get those amended, get some more nutrients in there too, since that cabbage over there is doing pretty good. I'm getting some pretty good heads on these. I'm not sure how I feel about these two, if they're going to do much with it getting warmer or if they're going to get attacked again, but we'll see. I did hear that that's another benefit of wasps is they will go and attack those little. They look for the little larvae and the little worms and stuff. So just don't want to touch them. Just don't want to touch them. That'll dry a little bit more. Then I'll get the celery planted, and I'll go get my seeds for my lettuce, black seeded Simpson lettuce. Good stuff. Recommended. Highly.
With you and I, the future is bright.
I saw you play. Don't stop just because of me. Keep going. Keep going. Where did you come from? Oh, there you go. Look at him. Got the zoomies. I love watching them do that. It's funny. Reminds me when they were kids. Planting my celery, stuck the little tag in that one. That way, you know, I have an issue with remembering what it is. I might be like, hey, look at these carrots. It's not even, you know, it's way off. But looking forward to seeing how they do. Planting them on this side because the sun comes up over here. It doesn't get too hot. It's pretty shaded. So I don't know. Hey, it's all a learning experience. Learn as we go. But they're in. When it's all planted, I'll go get my lettuce seeds. I'm not going to plant them out because it's still a little wet. I don't want to put them in there and drown them or them not sprout or whatever. But I'll let that dry out a little bit more. And then I'll plant my lettuce in there too. And we'll just keep on trucking with the experience of a lifetime. So appreciate you hanging out with me today. And we'll catch you next one.